You know, it's amazing how some people get treated in the NFL. If you look at Tom Brady the wrong way, you're going to get unnecessary roughness. But I got to tell you, this was some BS right here. I remember when Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys were playing against the Jets. They let the. I got to tell you, man. People always say, "Stop whining." It's nothing going on. But this is some bull. I'm sitting here watching the Green Bay Carolina game, and this is really ridiculous because the hit that they just called unnecessary roughness on for Arron Rogers is ridiculous. Because this is literally basically probably about a 14-point swing, at least 10 points. Because here it is, third down. Arron Rodgers gets sacked in the end zone, and it was nothing vicious here. Nothing vicious at all. Gives them a first down on the 20-yard line, and they go down the field and they score. If this right here was unnecessary roughness, then there should have been a 5 or 6 called on the Jets when the Cowboys played them. Now, and if you get these calls, understand it changes the play. Getting 15 yards of first down changes. Now let's watch this.
And Irvin were there. And it was just really, I thought, everything you would coach, and how to avoid landing with all your weight.
As a Cowboy fan, you realize how many times things have been called on our Cowboys that aren't called on anybody else. I mean, think about last year with the Redskins where we got called for moving the ball, the punter moving the ball. Nobody else has ever been called on that. Think about Zeke Elliott and Tony Pollard both being called for unnecessary roughness for lowering the head as a running back. Think about 12 men in the huddle against Green Bay, something that never had been called before. 12 men in the huddle, even though we ended up with not having 12 men in the huddle. And you can go down the list of things that have never, ever been called on anybody else but the Dallas Cowboys. And if you don't believe that the officials truly can change the game, that play right there would have given Carolina probably first down on the 50-yard line. Basically 15 yards, they could get a field goal. Instead, they go down the field. Now, fortunately, Carolina holds them up to a field goal, keeping it to just a 4-point game. But it's just ridiculous how these officials literally can change a game with one call. And it's just not right. It's just not right. It really just pisses me off because you look at us, we get called more times than not, and you think about Randall Cobb. If there's somebody who should be pissed off out there, it's him, because he's had 4 touchdowns called back because of penalties. And you can't tell me, honestly, that some of these penalties are a little bit kind of questionable. Well, that's why you got to go out and you've got to make sure you leave no doubt that you kick the other team's butt. I'll be glad when our game gets on.